My name is William McNeese. I work for OpenEDG, and together with Certiport, we created the entire English for IT project. That includes an exam, practice tests, and courseware to help you prepare for the exam. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the courseware and the practice tests now. These will help you prepare specifically for the English for IT exam, but more than that, they will actually take you from a lower intermediate level B1 all the way up to an upper intermediate level B2. So it's not just about information technology and the vocabulary that's associated with that, but you will actually learn the language if you do this course. So let's take a look at it. Here we have the course itself. This is on the Pearson platform. As you can see, it's divided into 12 modules with an introduction, a conclusion, and some appendices with extra exercises that I'll show you in a moment. But if we take a look very quickly at, well, the introduction is just a standard video. Welcome to the English for IT course. So, there you go. Just a very talented actor there. Probably gonna win an Oscar sometime soon. So now, let's look at the modules themselves. Each module focuses on a particular job: product management, network engineer, software engineer, and so on. And each module also focuses on a particular objective for the exam. In this case, identifying problems. And we usually start with either 1 or 2 grammar exercises. Then we will have either listening or some other thing, and maybe another grammar exercise, and then a reading exercise. Let's take a look in here. We begin with a video that teaches the points.
Hi, you probably already understand the passive voice.
All right. Then we move on to a summary. So this is everything that we discuss in the video itself. After that, we're ready for some exercises. Select the correct word or phrase to complete each sentence. So these are things that you actually learned in the video, hopefully. Let's take a look. That user flow should be presented with more detail to avoid losing customer attention. It understands, it has understood, it is understood. Okay, so this is the passive voice. So it's going to be one of these two. In this case, I know it's this one. It is understood. Single sign-on functionality. It is considered to be a standard for identity providers. Okay, it's this one. Okay, so I do all of that. I get it right. I go on to the next one. Here we have just another exercise. The board has asked when we will deliver the supplier evaluation module to the customer, and I said, okay, it's this one. And again, you can go through and get your score. Then we are done with this. We move on to the relative pronouns, another video, another summary, another exercise, and another exercise again. Let's take a look at the listening. All right, so we start with an exercise. These are terms that we are going to find in the actual listening exercise. Listening tip. Do you know what the following terms mean? Net promoter score, user experience, detractors. These are all going to be in the listening exercise that we're going to do now. And drag and drop all of these. So this is again to test that you actually did know those things. And finally, we go on to the exercise. Listen to the conversation, then answer the questions.
Morning, Josh. I'm glad I've caught you. I was wondering if you've had a chance to take a look at the results of the customer survey. The one that was sent out at the end of last month.
Morning. Yes, I have. In fact, I was just going through them. I'm happy to see that overall the NPS is pretty good.
All right, very good. So the requests for UX improvements have increased since last year. So it looks like I already did this one. Let's move on. And we are now on to the next grammar, which will be the same as before. Grammar, summary, exercise, exercise. Let's go and take a look at the next one. Network engineer. Okay, so we again have the same grammar, a listening exercise, another grammar. This time we have a reading exercise. So in this case, we start with another exercise to practice, to make sure that we understand the terms that are going to appear in the reading passage itself. Then we have a tip. I'm reaching out to you regarding, let me remind you of. These are all phrases that we're going to find in the reading exercise. And finally, here it is. Read the following email from a network manager to a subordinate, then select the correct answer options according to the text. Job roles and responsibilities. Dear Mark, I'm reaching out to you regarding the last events that took place. And there we have it. And now we have the exercise. Select the correct answer option according to the text. What does the author think about the overall performance of his subordinate? He is satisfied, although some things do need improvement. And again, we have 6 questions. You select them all, you submit, and you get your answers. So let's look now at the progress. So every time you submit your answers, it records it and keeps it in here. So here we have all of the results that I've done so far. We have the use of English exercises, the listening exercises, and the reading exercises. And we have the total. So far, I'm at 17%, which is really not good. We need a pass of 65% in order to do well. And here we have everything broken down a little bit more into individual exercises. So we can see I did okay in this one. I got 70% here. So at least I passed the listening exercise. And on to the second module. As you can see, I did very well in the reading exercise and not so well in the grammar. If you click it, it will take you directly to the exercise so that you can either try it again or you can just check your answers. So if you are an instructor, you will have access to the instructor panel, which will give you more information about your students and how they're doing. In this case, here are the number of people who are enrolled in the course, and using the membership, you will be able to invite more people to join your course. Let's look at the appendices. So here we have some very useful resources. We have a glossary that gives a lot of information. So all of these terms appear in the courses, and in fact a lot of them appear in the exam too. So you really should know this. Next up, we have external resources. These are some useful links that will help you to learn more English and as well to help you learn more things that are related to programming, to IT. Next, we have a lot of grammar. So here we have a review of all the tenses in one handy place. Next up, we have modal verbs, conditionals, prepositions, adverbs, and adjectives, and so on. Everything that you might need. And finally, we have extra exercises. If you completed all the exercises in the course and you think, well, you still want to practice some more, here you can practice some more. Okay, and that is the course. Let's look at the practice test. So it's connected directly to the course. So all you have to do is click the practice test and then click the launch test. You've got 2 options. You've got a training mode and you have a testing mode. I believe the testing mode is timed. Let's just go with the training mode, and it will randomly generate various parts of the test that you would normally get. All right, so let's take a look. Read about private data security, then select the correct answer option according to the text. What is the purpose behind the new legislation? Oh, I know this one. I've seen this one before. It is to increase internet data security, because it's here. Our private data could be used to track our activity or reveal our identity. In order to combat this and strengthen the security of our data, a series of laws and regulations have been passed. And if we go to next, it tells us that yes, your answer is correct. What else do we have? Here we have some of the more easier ones. Select the best answer to respond to the statement. There was a security break-in reported by one of our partners. Please can you let them know immediately that they have suffered a robbery? You must make sure that our data is secure and communication methods are safer in the future. Could you contact them urgently and make sure our data was not exposed and that our communications channels are not compromised? I think that our communication and data will be okay if we hadn't agreed to share data. Well, in this case, this one is the only one that's possible. There we go. Select the correct word or phrase to complete the sentence. Layer 2 loops can have a harmful conclusion, dangerous development, deadly crash, lethal effect. So in this case, it's lethal effect. And let's see what happens if we get one wrong. I found out why the application is... Okay, let's say locking out. To avoid this, it could be read. It should have read. The file might read in smaller chunks. Let's see. Okay, so the answer is why it is acting up. And to avoid this, it could be read. Let's look at some of the listening, which should be around here somewhere. Okay, here's a listening exercise. Listen to an agent speaking with a customer, then select the correct answer option to complete the sentence. What was the customer's problem related to?
Hi, I'm calling about the problem with my account. I'm trying to sign in, but whenever I enter my login and password, nothing happens. Can you help me?
Did this problem occur before? Did you encounter any problems while creating the account?
No, usually I'm able to sign in successfully. I've tried to do it more than 3 times already, but to no avail. I'm starting to worry that something might be wrong with my account.
Did anything change since you previously signed in?
Not really. Well, I usually sign in on my personal computer. This time, I'm doing it from my work computer. Is this relevant in any way?
Yes. This issue could happen if our website is not added to your trusted sites. Could you check that before we proceed further?
Indeed, I can log in now. I thought there was something wrong with my account, but apparently it was the browser. Thank you.
So, let's see, it's the browser settings. Correct. You also have the audio description, so if you don't understand what they're saying, you can look at the transcript. You can also save your settings for later, or you can increase the font size, or you can have help. Well, in this case, it just gives you the answer, and you can skip to any item that you want to look at. Let's take a look at the testing mode. So in this case, you have a time limit, and it emulates the actual test. And that's everything. So I hope that helps you to understand what the English for IT course is about, what it is capable of, and how it can help you and your students. Thank you.